everybody, I'm Brody from B&H Trains, and this is layout update number 2, and I'm going to introduce my dad.
Hi, I'm Justin, I'm Brody's dad, and we're going to talk a little bit about the layout we just put up, or I just put up, Brody's Christmas present.
So stay tuned and watch till the end. So Dad, can you talk a little bit about the yard and how you built it?
Well, I built it, I had a thing in my head where I kind of wanted to do it as like a real yard, like from a specific place, but as I got close to it, it's got to kind of be practical for how you're going to use it and how I run trains and Brody runs trains. So we're going to have, this is kind of a yard that's designed for how we like to run trains, and then we're going to pull a little bit of realism into it eventually with just taking spots out of the Northeast Pennsylvania area. And we'll take some real with some, fantasy. But some of it's going to change too. We just got it down. So there's some stuff we have to iron out with the track and everything, and clearances specifically for that guy right there, the big boy. He's a bit of a problem for space. You need about 3 inches clearance from the articulation on that locomotive. But there's 2 tracks here. This is like track set number 1. This is like track set number 2 up here. And they're separated, which I don't know that I like that. And I'm probably going to put a couple switches in so we get a crossover with that. Although Brody says he likes that, so maybe we'll keep it. What do you think, bro?
Yeah.
So, over here, over the other side, we kind of have a little bit of the yard, and Brody wants to. We have a little, just the feeder over here that I put. This will eventually be a turntable in here. This area, there'll be an engine house here, and then a turntable up here. Like I said, we want to keep the Northeast Pennsylvania thing going.
So Dad, can you explain how the upper level system works?
Well, we wanted different levels on this one, so I had to get this together real quick. I started on it a week and about 8 days ago. I started on this, so I had to kind of figure this out quick for Christmas morning. So this is, I tried to get as close to a 3% grade as I could. It's basically rises from over here, and it goes up 20 feet to it's maybe just about 7 inches where the track sits over there, which is probably in between like 2.5% and 3%. I don't know, I multiplied some fractions. But as you can see, it's not perfect, and I got to add some wood here and there. But if you could show up here, bro, I have to cut some wood off. But none of this stuff is perfect. You add scenery and stuff, and pretty soon it goes from rough cut wood to looking like a world. Over there where the track overhangs, that'll probably be a bridge, but it's on a curve. So I have to create some sort of an illusion to show where maybe I cut up a bridge, or I have a bridge that I bought a long time ago, and I think I'm going to cut it in half and disguise it and have some, as it sets over there, maybe some buildings in front where the train kind of disappears. It's always good when they disappear. It gives the illusion that they're going somewhere, because it's kind of what trains do. They go somewhere. So, but that's just about it. I kind of just did it, and it came out good. As you can see here, we had to shim. This part sits kind of low, so you just shim it up. And like I said, the finished product, once you ballast it, which will be a couple, 2 or 3 steps from now, you won't see any of that. So we just keep on keeping on.
So Dad, can you explain what track you use and why?
We used MTH scale tracks, basically because I had a lot of it and I didn't want to start over and buy a whole new track system and spend a ton of money on Atlas. So I hunted down some more track over the last 2-3 years, where I find it. It's all 072 because I cannot see a point on using anything but the largest curves you could find. This, I actually found some 080 stuff, but I don't have enough of it to really do anything with it. So the 072, it works good. It'll get any terrain around the turns, and that's what we're looking for. I did run into some troubles with the switches here. You got to watch, they'll arc, where you have to isolate this rail coming off. I think they call this the frog. It was arcing on me Christmas Eve when I had to have this ready for Christmas morning, but I figured it out. You just have to isolate that rail, that's all. But it works good. It's low profile. Atlas ties are a little closer together, a little bit more realistic, but this is lower profile. I actually think it hides the third rail a little bit better. But again, we used it because it's what we had, like a real railroad. They just used whatever they had, and this is our railroad, and we just used what we had.
So, Dad, can you explain how many tables there are and how you built them?
Okay, so there's 2 tables. There's this one, this big one, and this goes to here, and then there's this guy over here. And basically how I built them, because I didn't feel like figuring out a computer program, is I laid the track out on the floor. Brody's got pictures of all this, by the way. I set all the track up. I put this track over the other one, laid it down, and I literally measured. I kept the track on the floor the whole time, and I built the layout around the track, which, is probably not the right way to do it, but it worked for me, and it came out pretty good. Very heavy. It was very, very heavy. My oldest daughter, her boyfriend actually helped me lift it up while I zapped some of the legs on. But I did all this in about a week myself. So I got to kind of go back, like over here. If you notice over here, there's 5-foot gaps in between the wood there. We need to get, at least one more block in there so the wood doesn't sag.
Yeah, like that one's kind of dipping.
Yeah, this one's dipping in here. So, but that's just we got to cut some more wood. I may even have the pieces under there. But that's basically how I did it. I laid it around the track, and then once they were built, and Brody's got a picture of this, that I set all the track up on top, and I built piece by piece of this grade going up, one piece at a time. And as I built it, I put the track up and just kind of figured it out as I went. So that's how it was done. It's all underneath this. It's all 2x4s, 2 feet on center all the way down. Same thing with that one. The length of this is about, I think it's 24 wide. It's about 8 feet this way. Tapers in here. This is about, I want to say 14 by maybe 12 over here with the dip in there. So a nice size table.
Guys, thank you for watching this video, layout update number 2. And maybe in future videos, I'll force my dad to come back in and get other videos with me. So, B&H Trains signing out.